So now we know FUT Birthday is officially coming this Friday. We're going to do another set of player predictions. Now I have already done a prediction which is already up on the channel. Feel free to go watch that one if you want. But in this video today, we're going to focus on a completely different set of players. If you need to get your hands on some coins to improve your ultimate team, then check out the link in the description, igvault.com, and if you use the code Kieran at checkout, you'll get yourself a pretty nice discount. Now to be honest, I just enjoy doing these kind of videos, so hopefully you guys do as well. And if you do, leave a like rating on the video and don't forget to be active in the comments too. Let me know which players you want to see feature in this upcoming promotion. Now in this video specifically, we are going to focus on a lot of position change cards, but we're also going to focus on some items which I think just would really increase squad building options in Ultimate Team. So hopefully we see a bunch of these. So we'll start with a pretty big one. What about a wing Renato Sanches? Now I know most people use him as a CDM, but if you start him as a right wing, he can open up doors for different hybrid links in teams, which would be pretty useful. So I think a right wing version of him would actually be very useful for the game. I also think it would be really expensive. For instance, you could go with like Mbappe up front in a 4-3-3, have this Renato card at right wing, and then have someone like either Bruno or a Ronaldo in the right centre mid row, and obviously this guy will be one of the key chemistry links between them. I think that would be really useful. I would absolutely love to see a Paulinho card in this FUT Birthday promotion. His cards in Ultimate Team are actually ridiculously good, and his in form, even to this day, is an absolutely brilliant centre mid. So for him to get a boosted card, I think would be absolutely class. If they give him a different position, fair enough, but to be honest, I wouldn't complain if they kept him still as a centre mid, but just gave him some really boosted stats and maybe also increased his skill moves as well. I just think that would be a very nice item for Ultimate Team. Now we come on to a Rangers attacker, which actually isn't Ryan Kent. Now with Rangers absolutely dominating the SPL this year, I think it's only fair that they do get a few more promo items, and I'm fully aware that Tavernier does have that Headliners card out. But he's a player who gets actually a lot of goals and a lot of assists for a defender, and I'm fully aware he's a set piece taker and stuff like that, but still his output is very good. So because of that, why not an attacking card? Why not put him either on the wing or maybe even centrally and give us some use? This card would be absolutely excellent in a free at the back side on that right edge, and to be fair, with his already good shooting and passing, he could actually be a really nice wing item. So don't know about you guys, but I would like to see this one. Also, there isn't too many English wide options that are that great this year other than What If Sancho, so this card could be useful to fill that void too. Rodrigo in previous FIFAs has had some pretty OP cards. Like, he's never really had too many high rated items, but he's had like non-informed cards in the past that were just really overpowered, and I wouldn't mind like a flashback kind of card to those kind of performances. So maybe they could give him a flashback card, but I'd like him to feature in FUT Birthday, to be honest, and that way he could come potentially with a weak foot upgrade as well, because his weak foot in game isn't anything too special. So yeah, I think this card would be really nice. And to be honest, although Leeds are having a decent-ish season for, you know, a team that's just come up, Patrick Bamford is like absolutely dominated up front compared to Rodrigo, so this guy might not get too many performance-based items this year, so I think putting him in this promo would be quite nice. And it's worth bearing in mind, if you do have the Want to Watch card, if he does feature in FUT Birthday, it won't get upgraded because Want to Watch items are only boosted due to performance-based special cards. Anyway, let's move on. What about a central Lucas? Now I know we had one last year, and we've had some in previous years, but we don't have one yet in FIFA 21, and I like using this guy centrally. And like even like way back when in, I think like FIFA 13, when he was in the Brazilian league, he had some really good central items, and a throwback to that kind of card would be pretty cool in my opinion. Now don't worry, not all of my suggestions are Premier League based items. We've just got a bit of a pattern of them emerging right here, but we've got a Thomas Partey centre back item. I actually really liked his CDM card at the start of the game, and the inform as well. It was a really good card. It's a bit outdated now and a bit behind the power curve, but it could do a really good job in the centre back role, and a position change card to that position I think would be really good. He'd have very nice pace, ridiculous defending and physicals, and he would fit that mold really well for this year's Ultimate Team. Let me know what you guys think of that. Would you like to see a boosted Thomas Partey? Let's now move away from Premier League players and let's go to La Liga, and we have a FUT Birthday Koundé. Now, I've mentioned before, his road to the final item I absolutely hate because it's amazing in game. So, yeah, let's put another special one in the game, shall we? A centre-back card, though, pretty boring. Let's give him a CDM item, and let's see how he does in that role in particular. So, yeah, I think that would be pretty handy for the game. A nice French CDM in the La Liga obviously will offer some pretty good chem links. Anyway, moving on, we have Aouar, who's just an obvious position change candidate, just because got the 5-star weak foot, and he's had cards in like the left back role, the striker role, the I think he's had a midfield card at one point, and obviously the right back role. So let's have another position change version of him. Maybe put him at right wing because Ligue 1 right wing options aren't that strong, and it would actually be just, you know, a really useful card. As I say, that 5-star weak foot definitely coming into play with these kind of stats as well would be very solid, and once again potentially could be another good item for those who play in the 3 at the back formations. Now we come on to a very interesting one, and I'm sure a lot of people would like to see this card, but some people are absolutely hating the idea of this. Showdown Kleber is one of the best right backs in FIFA 21 Ultimate Team. He's amazing, and I'm sure those of you who didn't get the SBC done are probably regretting it every single time you come up against this item in FUT Champs, because it's an absolute beast. People use it at right back, and they also use it as a centre back, and he's a monster in both positions. Now, I don't really want a 90 plus rated in pace version of him running around in the game at centre back, so give him a CDM card instead, and let's see how he does in that position. I think this card would be an absolute monster. So yeah, don't know about you guys, but I definitely would not mind seeing that. And there's actually some really good players from the Dutch League in FIFA this year, so I'm sure we could easily get links for it. With him having a showdown card though, I don't think this one's too likely, but I personally think it would be very nice. Another option from the Dutch League is to give Robben another special item. Once again, I don't think this one's too likely due to the fact that his flashback card came out, but I personally would really like to see a central Robben. Now, in terms of Dutch strikers in FIFA 21 Ultimate Team, there's some good ones, but there isn't too many top level ones, and I think this one would be pretty top level, especially if it came with the weak foot upgrade, which is something which, let's be honest, Robben pretty much needs. In real life, it was alright, he was pretty unstoppable when cutting back, but in FIFA, it's pretty predictable, and because of that, his card can be a bit limited. But if he got a boosted item, and it was given a weak foot boost, this card could be something really good, and I just personally would really like to see that, and I actually think this card would cost a hell of a lot if it was to happen. Would you guys like to see it? Let me know in the comments. Historically, Quadrado's had some really nice items in the game. He's actually got quite a few special items this year, but they're all at right back, so yeah, give him a nice position change to the right mid role, and maybe boost his weak foot as well because he's already got the skill moves, and with that you'll have yourself another really nice wing options. I've maybe got too many right wing options in this video, but whatever, it is what it is. Now, this next one's a bit of a, if you know, you know. This guy in previous years had some excellent silver items which were just pretty mad in game, and I would not be opposed to seeing him as like the future star, not the future star, the silver star reward next Wednesday. I think that would be pretty nice, and yeah, it could be an absolutely exceptional item. If you didn't know, a couple of years ago he had a card that was released and it was extinct for most of the year, and at one point it went well over 100k because it was so rare, and he just had a ridiculous combination of pace, shooting ability, and insane physicals for silver, and it just made him a monster in game. So a bit of a throwback to that kind of item, I think would be quite cool. So hopefully this one happens, and yeah, if you want to know a bit more about this card, go on my channel and search for the most viewed video, because that's literally my biggest achievement, is doing a video on a silver apparently in FIFA. Now, I'm fully aware we got a flashback in last year's Ultimate Team, but let's be honest, there's one thing that EA certainly are not opposed to, and that is reusing content, repeating it, and they've done it with quite a few cards, so why not give Quaresma another boosted item? Comes with the 5-star skills as standard, I believe, so give him a weak foot and make him 5-star, 5-star, and then, no, he's actually 4-star skills this year. Oh, wow. Okay, well, boost him back to 5-star skills then. That'll be good. And he's already got a 4-star weak foot, but would like 5-star, 5-star, but I don't think they'll boost both. Another pretty cool option for a Silver Star FUT Birthday player could be Marco Sau, who, once again, if you know, you know. If you played with Silvers back in the day, you will know how good this item was in game. Well, not this one in particular, but how good these cards were in the past. And yeah, as I say, a reflection of that in FIFA 21 would be nice. I do wish to do more with the Silver stuff. Like, one of the most fun gamers this year for me personally is Silver Stars, so I just wish to do a little bit more with it. Anyway, we're going to wrap the video up there. This was just a bit of a short prediction video on a couple of cards that I personally would like to see. If you want to see like a full prediction video, I have actually already done one. That is up on the channel, and that will probably feature a lot of players that you are thinking about commenting about right now, because I've put a lot of players in that video in particular. So be sure to go watch that video after you have finished this one, and be sure to still be active in the comments of this video as well. Let me know who you want to see released on Friday. Also, if you could leave a like rating on the video, that'd be great. And that's pretty much it for me today. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.